Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly felt uncomfortable? Not physically, but in your spirit. When was the last time you pushed yourself so far that your own excuses started to sound ridiculous? Because here's the truth. Comfort doesn't look dangerous until it costs you your destiny. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It tells you you've done enough. It tells you you deserve to rest. And before you know it, years have passed. And that big dream, that financial breakthrough, that business idea is buried under the warm blanket of comfort. But I'm not here to make you feel guilty. I'm here to wake you up. Because there's a movement rising. A movement of people who are tired of living below their potential. A movement of men and women who are done being comfortable while their dreams starve. So if you believe you deserve more clarity, more freedom, more financial peace, type this in the comments right now. I deserve financial peace. Don't just type it, declare it. Because this isn't just another video, it's a turning point. Now that you've made that declaration, let's talk about the first truth that will change how you see success forever. Let's start with the first subtopic. The hidden enemy, how comfort disguises itself as safety. Let's talk about something that doesn't look dangerous, but quietly kills dreams every single day. Comfort. You see, most people think danger comes dressed in failure, risk or rejection. But the real danger, it wears pajamas, it feels warm, it feels safe. It tells you you're fine right where you are. That's the lie. Comfort is not care, it's a trap. You tell yourself, at least I have a job, but deep down you know that job barely scratches your potential. You say, at least I'm surviving, but you were never born to survive. You were born to create, to build, to expand. Warren Buffett once said, chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. That's comfort. You don't feel it tightening, not at first. You wake up one day and realize years have passed, and your potential has been held hostage by your own comfort zone. Let me be brutally honest with you. Comfort is what keeps you scrolling when you should be studying. It's what makes you say, I'll start tomorrow. It's what whispers, you deserve a break, when what you really deserve is a breakthrough. John D. Rockefeller said, don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. But most people never even see great, because they stop at good enough. Good enough kills more dreams than failure ever could. Think about it. When you're comfortable, do you grow? When you're comfortable, do you take risks? When you're comfortable, do you chase that business idea, that new skill, that better version of yourself? No, you pause, you delay, you settle, and that's exactly what comfort wants, your stillness. Jack Ma once said, today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine. But you'll never see that sunshine if you keep choosing the shade of comfort. Comfort doesn't challenge you. It coddles you. It says, don't worry, you're safe. But here's the truth. Safety and stagnation often live in the same neighborhood. Every great person you admire, Buffett, Carnegie, Kiyosaki, Rockefeller, they all made peace with discomfort. They understood that every dollar earned, every empire built, every ounce of freedom gained, came with a fight. Robert Kiyosaki once said, comfort is the enemy of progress. If you want to grow, you have to get uncomfortable. And he's right, because comfort doesn't just slow you down, it numbs your hunger, and a person without hunger can't build wealth, they build excuses. Let me ask you something. How many dreams have you delayed in the name of waiting for the right time? How many opportunities have you ignored because you didn't feel ready? How many times have you played it safe and lost the very life you were trying to protect? Be honest with yourself. You can lie to everyone else, but don't lie to your own potential. Andrew Carnegie said, comfort is the enemy of achievement, and he was right. Comfort feels good now, but it costs you later. It's like financial debt. It gives you pleasure in the present, but pain in the future. Discomfort, on the other hand, is like investing. It costs you now, but rewards you later. So ask yourself, are you living in debt to your comfort, or investing in your discomfort? Because one will drain you, and the other will deliver you. Listen, I'm not telling you to hate rest. Rest is necessary. But there's a difference between resting and resigning. Rest refuels your purpose. Resigning buries it. Comfort will always feel easier, but easier is never how greatness is born. Every success story starts with a season of stretching. Every blessing begins with a burden. So if life feels uncomfortable right now, take a deep breath. That's not failure, that's formation. You are being shaped for something bigger, something that requires the version of you that comfort could never create. Remember this, the safest place you can be is in motion, because comfort may protect your present, but only courage protects your future. So don't fear the stretch, don't fear the pressure. That's not the end, it's the beginning. Because the moment you step out of comfort, you step into becoming. And I promise you, the person you become on the other side of discomfort will thank you for not staying safe. People think failure is the enemy of success. But that's not true. Failure teaches you. Failure sharpens you. Failure builds you. Comfort doesn't do any of that. It just puts your potential to sleep. Comfort is not the opposite of pain. It's the opposite of progress. Because when you're comfortable, you stop moving. You stop evolving. You stop becoming. Warren Buffett once said, "It's not necessary to do extraordinary things to get extraordinary results." But here's the secret behind that wisdom. Even ordinary things become extraordinary when you do them consistently and courageously, not comfortably. The truth is, you can't grow in an environment where nothing challenges you. Growth only happens when your limits are tested. You don't build muscle by sitting still. You don't build wealth by avoiding risk. And you don't build character by hiding behind comfort. Let me ask you something real. What's stopping you from starting that business? What's stopping you from learning that skill? From saving that money? From investing that first $1,000? It's not fear, it's comfort. Fear warns you. Comfort sedates you. Fear says, be careful. Comfort says, don't bother. And that's why comfort is more dangerous. It sounds reasonable. It tells you things like, you're not ready, it's not the right time, maybe next year, and suddenly next year becomes next decade. Benjamin Graham, the man who mentored Warren Buffett, said something powerful. The investor's chief problem, and even his worst enemy, is likely to be himself. That enemy isn't ignorance, it's the need to feel comfortable. Because true investing, in money, in purpose, in personal growth, will always feel uncomfortable. That's how you know you're alive. That's how you know you're growing. When your dreams stretch you, scare you, or even confuse you, that's your signal that you're on the right path. Because comfort keeps you where you are, but discomfort introduces you to who you could be. Let's be honest, most people don't fail because they tried and lost. They fail because they never tried at all. They let comfort convince them that safety is success. But there's no such thing as safe success. There's only earned success. And earning something means you fought for it, you stretched for it, you sacrificed for it. Look at Andrew Carnegie. He started with nothing, a poor Scottish immigrant working in a factory, but he refused to stay comfortable in his condition. He said, "No man will make a great leader who wants to do it all himself, or to get all the credit for doing it." That's humility, but it's also hunger. He understood that leadership, wealth and greatness live far beyond comfort zones. Jack Ma once said, "If you don't give up, you still have a chance." Giving up is the greatest failure. And that's the paradox. Most people don't give up in the middle of a fight. They give up before the fight even starts. Because comfort made them believe the fight wasn't worth it. Comfort tells you, stay where you are, at least it's not risky. But here's the truth, staying where you are is risky, because time is moving whether you do or not. And if you stay still too long, life will move on without you. Robert Kiyosaki said, "Your comfort zone is your income zone." Read that again. Your comfort zone is your income zone. If your life feels too comfortable, your income probably does too. And that's not because you're not capable, it's because you've stopped chasing what's next. So ask yourself, when did good enough become acceptable? When did safe replace successful? When did you trade your hunger for comfort? Listen, I get it. You've been told that being comfortable means you're doing okay, that a stable job, a predictable life, a safe routine means success. But deep down, you know it doesn't. You feel it when you wake up. That quiet ache that says, there's more, and you're right, there is more. There's more peace, more freedom, more abundance waiting on the other side of discomfort. You just have to stop mistaking comfort for success. So here's my message to you. Don't run from the stretch. Don't fear the uncertainty. Don't mistake comfort for peace. They are not the same thing. Comfort keeps you safe. Discomfort sets you free. Because success isn't born in what feels easy. It's born in what feels necessary. And right now, this discomfort you're feeling, it's not the end. It's the invitation to your next chapter. Let's talk about the most subtle trap of all. The trap that doesn't destroy you, it just distracts you. Comfort doesn't always show up as laziness. Sometimes it shows up as busyness. You look productive, you look like you're doing something. But deep down, you know you're just moving in circles. Comfort loves activity without progress. It keeps you spinning, but never soaring. It tells you, at least you're not suffering like others. It says, you're doing okay, and you start believing that okay is enough. But okay is the most dangerous word in the world of purpose. Because okay kills hunger, okay kills fire, okay makes you settle for mediocrity and call it gratitude. Gratitude should never mean staying small. It means appreciating where you are while reaching for more. Let me ask you something. How many times have you looked back at your life and thought, I should be further by now? You know why that thought hurts. Because deep down, you know you got distracted by comfort. Comfort doesn't attack your dreams head on. It slowly replaces them with entertainment, convenience, and excuses. It whispers, take it easy. You have time. You'll start when things calm down. But life never calms down. It only moves forward. And while you wait for the perfect moment, your destiny waits for you. Benjamin Franklin said, some people die at 25 and aren't buried until 75. That's what comfort does. It lets your dreams die long before your body does. It convinces you that tomorrow is guaranteed. It tells you to keep things steady when you were built for expansion. Robert Kiyosaki said something I'll never forget. The minute you stop learning, you start dying. And he's right. Comfort makes you stop learning. It tells you you've done enough, when in truth, you've barely started. Let's get brutally honest for a moment. Some people aren't poor because they lack opportunity. They're poor because they're too comfortable where they are. Their job feels safe. Their habits feel familiar. Their routine feels predictable. So they stop questioning. They stop creating. They stop growing. But here's the secret. Discomfort is a gift in disguise. It's not there to break you. It's there to wake you. When you feel restless, it's not because you're failing. It's because your spirit knows there's more. That restlessness is destiny knocking. That dissatisfaction is divine agitation. It's your future calling you forward. John D. Rockefeller once said, don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. But most people never give up the good, because the good feels too comfortable, and that's why they never reach great. Comfort doesn't need to destroy you. It just needs to keep you distracted long enough that your potential expires quietly. Think about it. It doesn't take evil to stop greatness. It just takes distraction. One more episode, one more scroll, one more reason to wait until next month. And suddenly you're watching someone else live the life you dreamed of, because they were willing to do uncomfortable things consistently. Warren Buffett said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. They say no to distraction, no to comfort, no to what feels good now, because they're building what will feel great later. So the next time you feel tempted to slow down, ask yourself, is this rest or is this retreat? Am I recharging or am I running? Am I still or am I stuck? Because the truth is, comfort and clarity can't coexist. The more comfortable you become, the less clearly you see where you're going. But here's the beauty of it. Awareness breaks the spell. The moment you see comfort for what it is, a trap dressed as peace, it starts losing its power. You can choose to wake up, to stretch again, to move again, and maybe you'll fail. Maybe it'll be messy. Maybe you'll fall. But falling while moving will always get you further than standing still in safety. So don't let comfort distract you from the life you were born to live. Don't let the illusion of peace steal your purpose. You weren't created to coast. You were created to climb. And every step, even the shaky ones, bring you closer to the version of you that comfort could never create. Because one day when you look back, you'll realize the moments that made you most uncomfortable were the very moments that made you unstoppable. The very thing you're praying to escape might be the very thing that's trying to deliver you. You see, we've been trained to believe that pain means punishment, that struggle means failure. But what if I told you, pain is not the proof that you're losing, it's the proof that something new is being born. Warren Buffett once said, someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. That planting, that digging, that waiting is never comfortable. It's dirty, it's tiring, it's uncertain. But that's how wealth is created. That's how peace is built. Every seed must be buried before it breaks through. And that's what discomfort is, the burial before the breakthrough. The truth is, every level of your life will demand a new version of you. And that new version can't be born in comfort. Comfort protects the old you. Discomfort reveals the real you. Robert Kiyosaki said, your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. But most people wait for tomorrow, because today feels uncomfortable. They wait until they feel ready. But readiness is a myth. No one ever feels ready to grow. They just get tired of being stuck. And that's where real transformation begins. Let me ask you something from the heart. What if the thing that's stretching you right now, the struggle, the delay, the confusion, isn't punishment, but preparation? What if the discomfort you're feeling isn't there to hurt you, but to hollow you, to make room for what's coming? You pray for abundance, but abundance takes space, and sometimes discomfort clears that space. Jack Ma once said, if you don't give up, you still have a chance. Giving up is the greatest failure. He was rejected dozens of times, even by KFC. Imagine that. The man who would one day build Alibaba couldn't get a job at KFC, but he stayed in the discomfort. He let rejection refine him, not define him, and that's why he rose. Andrew Carnegie said, you cannot push anyone up a ladder unless he is willing to climb a little himself. Climbing hurts. It burns. It demands effort. But every rung of that ladder is a layer of discomfort you conquer. And when you finally look down, you realize the pain was progress in disguise. Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing, taught something timeless. The intelligent investor is a realist who sells to optimists and buys from pessimists. You know what that means in plain life. While everyone else avoids discomfort, the wise lean into it. They understand that in pain lies the opportunity no one else is willing to see. Discomfort creates distinction. That's why not everyone becomes wealthy. Not everyone becomes fulfilled, because not everyone can stay in the fire long enough to be forged. Let's be honest, growth hurts. It hurts to let go of who you were. It hurts to break habits that kept you safe. It hurts to walk away from people, jobs or environments that once felt comfortable. But hear me. That pain is proof that you're alive. That pain is proof that you're evolving. That pain is proof that you're still in the game. Maybe right now your finances feel tight. Maybe your plans aren't working. Maybe life feels like it's pressing you from all sides. You're tired. You're scared. You're questioning everything. But listen to me. This is the stretch before the strength. This is the valley before the view. This is the test before the testimony. John D. Rockefeller said, I do not think that there is any other quality so essential to success as perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature. Perseverance is the art of staying uncomfortable long enough to become unstoppable. Discomfort is divine construction. It's how life remodels you. You can't ask for a bigger blessing while holding on to smaller beliefs. So sometimes life breaks you open to build you wider. The pressure you feel right now is proof that you're being stretched to fit the future you prayed for. So don't curse the discomfort, don't despise the stretching, don't run from the process, because everything you've asked for, the freedom, the wealth, the peace, lives on the other side of this. And one day you'll look back at this moment, and you'll say, that's when I started to rise, because comfort might feel safe, but only discomfort makes you significant. So stay in the fire, keep moving, keep believing. You're not breaking down, you're breaking through. You've made it this far, and if you're still here, it means something inside you refuses to settle. We've talked about comfort, that silent killer of success. We've exposed its disguises, its lies, and the way it steals your hunger while pretending to protect you. But now, it's time for something greater, a decision, a declaration. Listen, life will always give you two roads. One feels safe, predictable, comfortable. The other feels uncertain, even scary. But here's the truth. Most people never learn. The road that scares you is usually the one that grows you. Every great investor knows this. Every visionary, every builder, every person who's ever risen from nothing, they all had to walk through discomfort before they could stand in freedom. Warren Buffett didn't build an empire by chasing comfort. Robert Kiyosaki didn't write Rich Dad, Poor Dad from a place of ease. Jack Ma didn't find success by avoiding rejection. And neither will you, because comfort creates safety, but only discomfort creates success. You can't pray for wealth and still worship comfort. You can't ask for purpose and stay addicted to pleasure. You can't claim destiny while hiding from disruption. Your future is waiting, but it won't come to you. You have to walk toward it. And yes, that walk will be uncomfortable. But that's how you know you're headed in the right direction. So today I want you to say something out loud, not just in your mind but from your spirit. Say this with me. I deserve financial peace. Type it in the comments. Shout it if you have to. Write it somewhere you'll see every day. Because this isn't just a slogan. It's a movement. A declaration that you refuse to let comfort rob you of your calling. When you type those words, you're not just engaging with a video, you're engaging with your destiny. You're saying enough, enough waiting, enough wishing, enough surviving. It's time to start building. And as you walk this journey, there will be days when it hurts, days when the bills pile up, days when doubt gets loud. But remember this, discomfort is not a sign to quit. It's a sign that you're being refined. The same fire that burns also purifies. The same struggle that shakes you is the one that shapes you. John D. Rockefeller once said, I always tried to turn every disaster into an opportunity. And that's your mission now. Turn your discomfort into direction. Turn your fear into focus. Turn your pain into purpose. Because your story isn't over. It's just uncomfortable right now. And that's okay. That's how all great stories begin. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start succeeding, if you're ready to trade comfort for clarity, if you're ready to walk toward your future instead of waiting for it, then join this movement. Hit that like button if this message spoke to you. Subscribe if you're ready to grow, and type it one more time in the comments, like a vow to yourself and to the universe. I deserve financial peace, because you do. And you're not alone. This is the beginning of something greater, the end of comfort, and the start of your comeback. I deserve financial peace, a movement for those who refuse to settle.